Hey everyone, it's Siobhan. Today I decided to take a break from doing hair videos so that I could answer some questions. Recently some of my new subscribers have been writing to me and they're basically looking for advice or tips on how to start their own YouTube channels. And I'm totally flattered to be asked because I don't consider myself to be a very experienced vlogger in the sense that I've only been using YouTube service for about a year. And I'm also not a partner. But I'm more than happy to share some of the advice that I got when I was first starting off and some of my opinions too, because I've learned a lot in a year, and I hope that this will help any and all of you who have been writing to me recently. I swear I have somewhere between 40 and 50 messages in my inbox, and I've written back to as many as I could, but I thought this might be like a faster way and just easier too, since I could like answer all of the questions collectively and at once. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope this is what you were looking for and everything else. Okay, bye. I get asked all the time what kind of a camera I use. I use a Sony Rebel T2i, and it was a present last year. I got it for Christmas from my husband. I know that it was sort of expensive, but there are a lot of cameras and camcorders and all sorts of stuff that you can buy that isn't as expensive and still has a really clear picture. I think that's kind of one of my pet peeves, is if the picture in a video isn't very clear, like it's just a really bad camera or it's like a camera from a laptop and I can't see, like no matter how talented the vlogger is, I usually just don't watch it. I can't get through it. You don't need a tripod, but it really does help when you're angling. For a while I started off with like a stack of books and then boxes and everything, but a tripod is so much easier. You can maneuver it to cover all sorts of angles. You need is an editing program. I have a Mac, so I have the Mac video program, I forgot, iMovie, it's called iMovie, but I do know that they make programs for Windows also, and you need some sort of program. What you need is really good lighting and good sound. You want to make sure that whatever camera you have picks up your voice, obviously, so that it's nice and clear. I don't have a microphone, but I do know that some of my friends have them and it helps. My camera's pretty good, so it usually picks up what I'm saying. In terms of lighting, the best light that you can get is daylight, so if you sit near a window or if you have a garden or a backyard, you can sit there. I use my bathroom. I don't really go outside because I don't have like a space that I can have privacy in. And we're on the ground floor, so when I open my windows, people can stare right into our apartment, and that makes me very uncomfortable. So a lot of times I'm here, this is my kitchen where I am right now, and I have these lights up above. They're a little bit harsh actually in comparison to the lights that I have in my bathroom. A really good trick, if you have a light in the room but it's just not bright enough, take the lampshade off and shine the light against a white wall, and the reflection will kind of bounce back. And I find that to help sometimes. Anything clean. I'd say anything clean, no stains, no rips, no offensive slogans. Obviously you want your channel to be conflict-free, you want people to like you and watch your videos and subscribe to you. I don't dress, like I don't pick my outfits out in advance for my videos. I record them during the day when my husband's at work and my daughter's at school, so generally anything that I'm wearing in my videos is kind of what I'd be wearing on a normal day. Get all of your equipment ready before you start filming. When I do my hair videos, I have everything laid out in front of me before I turn my camera on. That way I save time recording. I don't have to stop in the middle of something and look for a piece that's missing. And it's just a lot easier. Think about what you want to say beforehand. Sometimes it helps to write things down. Like as in this case, I actually do have a little list here of tips. If you change the subject too much in a video, you might lose the interest of your viewer. So let's say you're starting off, you're trying to teach someone how to bake a cake, and you're doing that, but then all of a sudden you change topic and you start talking about a class that you took in college or something. I guess kind of that can be a little bit tedious for a viewer who maybe clicked on your video because they wanted to learn how to make a cake. If you want to do vlogs, you should definitely title your video, "This is a vlog," so that your viewers understand. When you click on a how-to video, like I want to see the how-to, and a lot of times people don't have the patience to, or like people that don't know you or don't follow you regularly, they want to just see the how-to. They don't want to hear like a whole long story in between. I know that kind of sucks and probably doesn't sound very nice, but in my experience I've found that to be very true, that most people who don't follow you on a regular basis don't actually care that much about what happened during your day. They want to see you show them the thing that you titled your video to be. So that's just something to think about. So also, you should probably find a space where you can record your videos in private, and a time too. So as I said, I record during the day when I'm home in the apartment alone. That way it's easier for me. But maybe you don't mind having your kids home or your husband in the next room. I'm just a little bit self-conscious of my husband constantly behind me, like kind of teasing me. So it's just easier for me to do this when he's not around. And I tend to work here, like in my kitchen space, or in my bathroom, which is over there. You want to set your camera up so that everything is in the shot. You're completely in the shot. Whatever you're showing them is in the shot. It's really, really disconcerting to me when half of a vlogger is in the screen and the other half isn't. On the occasion when I've done hair videos, I've turned around and later on I'll be watching the video and like the top of my head is cut off so you can't see what I'm doing, and that like really will kind of screw up a video, I think. So just try and angle your camera in advance so that everything is in the shot. If you're doing a tutorial that involves your hands, just make sure that they're clean. I really find it strange when a vlogger does not actually look at the camera. Obviously when I'm doing my hair videos, for me personally, I've got a camera here, so I'm looking into the camera as I'm speaking a lot of the times, but I've also got my mirror behind the camera, and that's why I will look kind of to the side sometimes, because I have to see what I'm doing. I always find it to be really, really, again, I'm using this word again, disconcerting, when a vlogger is talking this way, like this, and the camera is facing them from the side. Like, I just find that to be kind of strange. Unless you can see the mirror in the shot, like they're looking in the mirror to do their hair, or to do their makeup or whatever else, but like I just find it strange when the camera kind of zooms in on somebody's face on the side, and I just think it's more personable when a vlogger will actually speak to the camera and make like eye contact. That's just my opinion. I don't know, you can take that as you will. Another pet peeve of mine is foul language. You'll occasionally hear me use swear words, but it's usually for exclamation. If every other word out of a certain vlogger's mouth is a profanity, like I can't watch it. Like, no. When I first started off on YouTube, I tried to keep my videos anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes. And actually 5 minutes for me was really, really long. I was nervous about posting them because generally people's attention span is about 1.5 minutes. So if you don't hook them within the first 30 seconds, they're probably gonna click out of your video. I waited until I had some subscribers. I've been on YouTube for a year now and I've got friends. So now I post videos that are longer, and I feel more comfortable doing that. But I feel like maybe in the beginning that would be the advice that I would give somebody new, is to try and keep your videos sort of short and to the point. And once you start to build an audience, that's when you can kind of like just unleash your personality and record these long-winded vlogs, and people will actually watch them because at that point they'll know you and they'll like you. One of the things that I did when I was new on YouTube was I wrote to some of the people that I followed here, and I asked them for tips, advice, if they were willing to check out my videos, etc., etc. And now people are starting to ask me that, and I feel really super flattered, and I always try to take the time to do so. But if I could make a suggestion, before you ask anybody on YouTube any vloggers that you follow to check out your channel, you should probably record like anywhere between 3 to 5 videos. The first video that most of us record isn't very good and it might not do you justice. But if you have a couple up on your page instead, it kind of gives everybody a better judgment of who you are, what it is that you do in your videos and on your channel, and it'll also give the person you're asking a better opportunity to kind of critique your videos and give you those pointers or suggestions that you've been looking for. So yeah, I would say before you ask for help, just make sure you have a few different videos uploaded. I get asked this question a lot. There's not really that much I can say about it. If you get any negative criticism on a video that you've uploaded onto YouTube, the best thing to do is to see if you can write to that person and ask them what it is that they didn't like. Was it the lighting, the sound, the content? Sometimes you're just gonna get the really mean person who's gonna dislike your video for absolutely no reason other than the fact that they just stumbled on it and they're stupid and mean. But sometimes people will actually write back and give you that feedback, and maybe it'll be something that you can work on, maybe it'll be something you don't want to work on, maybe it'll be something that you can't or refuse to work on, whatever it may be. But at least then you'll have like sort of an idea of what it is that people do like and don't like. And other than that, I would say take any negative criticism with a grain of salt, especially if you're enjoying your YouTube channel. Let it go through one ear and out the other. And just remember that you have control over your channel and you can delete anything that you feel is inappropriate. You can also block people that are harassing you. And of course, you can contact YouTube if somebody continues to give you a hard time. If you can, try and write back to anybody who writes to you. I have a small channel, and because I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have the time right now to sort of acknowledge anybody and everybody who writes to me. Now, I can't always do it the moment I receive a message. Sometimes it'll be a day later, an hour later, whatever it may be, but I do get back to everybody as best I can. And I sort of feel like this has been the best thing that I've done on my channel, not just in the sense that I really do appreciate the comments and want to say thank you, but I've made friends this way. People appreciate that you acknowledge their compliments. Say thank you. The thing to think about is helping your own subscribers. Remember what it feels like to be a new YouTuber and asking other people for advice, and maybe in a year's time, when you have subscribers, they're going to start asking you for help. So just sort of remember the little people, and if you can share the love, you should. It's just a nice thing to do, and people will respect you and people will continue to follow you and just think that you're kind of a nice vlogger and maybe even want to befriend you. So yeah. I'm not actually a partner, so I don't really completely and totally understand how this works, but I will share with you everything that I know so far about becoming a partner. You have to apply through the website, and basically what happens then, if you are accepted, it means that your channel, along with your videos, has been monetized. That means you'll be paid for any and all of your videos, which is pretty cool. You'll get to design or have your own banner on the top of your page, and you'll also get to pick or upload a picture for your videos to kind of represent them, like a little icon. So when I upload my videos, because I'm not a partner, YouTube will grab 3 still shots out of the video that I'm uploading, and I will have to pick one of the 3 to sort of represent my video. And sometimes you'll end up with like the worst pictures ever. Like I've had ones where I'm holding my hair like this, or my face is like this, or something crazy. But I think that must be really awesome. I think that's like the biggest appeal to me about becoming a YouTube partner. It's not even earning the money, but like getting to put my own picture. Once you become partner, they sort of promote your videos. So let's say you are teaching everybody glitter nail art, and somebody will go into the Google search engine, type that in, glitter nail art how to, and your video will probably be one of the first, if not the first, on a huge like grouping of pages that's devoted completely to the subject. Most people will only click on the videos on the first page, and that's how those videos end up with so many views and so much money and etc, etc. Because a lot of the times people don't have the patience to sort of go through one page after another, and I think that's sort of a shame because they miss out, but like, that's the cool thing about being a YouTube partner, is they make it so that your channel is being promoted constantly. So to become a YouTube partner, your videos need to be completely original content. That means that any speaking parts in a video, any photographs, or any music has to be completely yours and nobody else's. I didn't really understand what this meant when I started to upload videos, and actually I can tell you a lot about the music part, since that's the one thing that kind of gave me trouble. When I first started off, I was using songs by artists that I liked in the background. Yeah, Yeahs in one video, for instance, and my video was then copyrighted by YouTube, which means that I don't really own my own video because I used somebody else's property as background music. That started to do some research on the internet, and I found that I could use classical music because there is a rule. If the composer has been deceased for more than 100 years, he obviously has no claim to his work anymore. It's kind of like public property in a sense. But in some cases, I uploaded videos with classical music in the background, and I found that they were being copyrighted because whatever particular orchestra had played that piece, they were copywriting that, like, I guess, production. It was really, really confusing. I'm mostly using Beethoven and Mozart, which of course I think everybody knows, and I don't understand why that gets copyrighted, but it's, again, like I said, a sort of hit or miss. And if it gets copyrighted, your video will not be monetized. The option obviously is to not have any music in your videos, and I've been doing that for a little while, but I don't like the way that feels. It just, when I'm editing, it doesn't feel complete to me, but if you're okay with that and it suits your video, then that might be really a good way of not having to even go through this at all. Or if you have a Mac, you can use a program called GarageBand. There's probably something similar like that for Windows. Is finding people on YouTube, other vloggers on YouTube who are musicians, and asking them if you can use their music in the background of your video. In a way, you'll sort of be helping them out because you'll be promoting their channel and their music and their talent, but that's something that you're going to have to do and work out with them. I've never done that, but I do know lots of vloggers who have done stuff like that. Another option is to search Google for royalty-free music. One of the websites that I have seen and I have used is called danosongs.com. Royalty-free music is okay to use in the background and cannot be claimed, and therefore your video will not get copyrighted. Another thing that you don't want to do if you don't want your videos to be copyrighted by YouTube is to use the YouTube audio track selection. When I realized that some of my videos were copyrighted, I decided that I wanted to see if I could get rid of the audio, and you can't. Once you've uploaded a video to YouTube, if you want to get rid of the song in the background, you're either going to have to completely and totally delete that video and re-upload it, or you can switch your audio for an audio song that's in the YouTube library. They've got like this huge selection, and I thought that would be a good idea, but what happens is those songs, those tracks that YouTube provides are owned by YouTube, and that means that they will put ads onto that video, and that video no longer is yours, it's YouTube's. So they've sort of copyrighted the music that they provide for their users, which is really kind of annoying. So that's it, you guys. I hope that this video helped you, and I hope that it answered all of the questions that you might have had. If you do have any more questions, please feel free to write to me, whether it's a comment under this video or another private message, and I will do my best to get back to everybody as soon as I can. Bye!